This is Circle L Rescue live with real-time animal rescue. We are en route to, go check out a few horses in this pasture that have been reported as starved. Want to make sure that we get our hands-free camera mount adjusted, and thought I'd let you guys come along for the ride. I think I need to turn it the other way though. Hold on one second. See if we can. Here we go. See if that'll work. I don't really want to go into a lot of specifics. There's a lady that called. Hopefully you guys can hear me. There's a lady that called that was really concerned about some horses on a property adjacent to hers. And I'm going to apologize profusely for the shaking, but she had been providing these horses with hay and feed, but she's on limited income, and unfortunately she just wasn't able to continue taking care of someone else's horses. So hello pup. That should be about the roughest of it. I say that, and then of course the bouncing starts. It seems that of these horses, one of them is a mama and two of them, it's a mama and a baby pair, and the mama was brought with the baby out to the property. I think she said the day that the mama had the baby. And I believe it's the mama horse that's in the worst condition. So we're going to get out here, and I did start the live stream kind of early because I was jumping in the car or in the truck as it is, and didn't want to have to mess with this, with setting everything up when I arrived at their location. So you guys can tag along for about, I think it's going to take us about 15 to 20 minutes to get over there. But the good news is we're completely hands-free. We're safe, and of course I'm wearing my seatbelt and all correct protocols for being a safe driver. Not that there's much traffic on this road today. And if you have any questions or want to ask anything as we're going along, there's a little rough. There's a comment spot over here to the side or to the bottom, depending on how you have your phone or your tablet oriented. We'd be happy to add some clarification or explain our processes, things like that. It's actually about 71 degrees right now, and by the time everybody is tucked in bed tonight, it's going to be, I believe, down into the low 40s, maybe early or upper 30s, and then we're going to be below freezing within the next, I think, 24 hours. So it's really causing quite a shift around here. We've been stuck in fall or fake summer. I don't know what this has been. It has not acted like fall. Our leaves are finally starting to change, but unfortunately we're not getting really pretty colors this year. They're just all going to brown. This is a little rough. Hold on, guys. Which way are you gonna go, sir? All right. So that being said, we're all trying to get ready ahead of everything and get everybody buttoned down and nice and toasty for this cold snap. And of course, in pure Oklahoma fashion, it's not just a cold snap, but it is a cold snap that's bringing with it storms and considerable rain. So not only do the animals like horses and cows and whatever else get to be cold when it was just in the 80s yesterday, but they also get to be soaked and drenched wet. So gotta love Oklahoma weather. Trying to follow my directions here. There's a mom and a baby in this pasture that she just had a baby this year. Like I said, I do apologize that there's going to be a little bit of a wait before we get over there to the property where these horses are located, but we wanted to be safe and not be fiddling with getting the live stream going. Obviously, I'm not going to do that while I'm driving, but I also wanted to make sure that I had it going from the time that I arrived at the location. We have had situations like this before where we've had a report made and we were asked to come out and take a look at horses. And if you've been following us for a little bit, you'll know that specific incident blew up just ridiculously fast. And it was to everybody's benefit that we had a live stream going. just thought about this. I'm really kind of hoping that I don't drop signal on the way out there. So if you're just now joining us, this is Circle L Rescue Live with Real-Time Animal Rescue, and we are en route to a property right now where there's been a report of some starved horses. I've got some hay with me in case, in case they do need it, and we can always bring them back some feed. I didn't have any extra my horses, and my horses are on specific diet, and I really need to keep a few bags of horse feed that we can donate in situations like this on hand. It's not red, but it's still bumpy. So if you're new to following us, or you haven't seen how we handle situations like this, we don't come into situations like this with guns blazing style. Our goal is to be a community support for folks who are having issues feeding their horses or dogs. It's usually dogs. The last thing that we want is for the horse or dog to end up in our care. That's just the fact. Adoptions are at such a low, and donations are never enough. We're very thankful for the rescue for a month. That said, we don't want somebody else's dog. We don't want somebody else's horse. What we want is for them to be able to stay in their home and stay in their home safely, in a good, healthy environment where they have everything that they need. So looks like we've got a jogger we're going to scoot over for. There's probably at least the same amount of ways to run a rescue as there are rescues. And we just don't feel that it's in anybody's best interest to just run in there and say, hey, we've determined you're failing, and therefore surrender your animals. Right off the get-go, about 2.25 years ago, July of 2021, we had 2 starved horses that were in the Locust Grove, Oklahoma area, and they were pretty bad when we got there. they weren't just starved, they were also dehydrated. There was no clean water for them to drink. The stock tank actually had a water spigot right with it, but it was bone dry. The ground around it was bone dry, and if you have horses, you know the area around the stock tank is usually a mud pit. The owner agreed to surrender one completely. She didn't want the horse in the first place. She didn't want her back. Wanted nothing to do with her. And then the other horse, we agreed that we would cover the medical bills. We would provide, you know, all vet care, farrier, get her fattened back up, and then the owner would have a set amount of time to pay us back, and then pick the horse up. Unfortunately, that's just not how that transpired. We did everything on our end. We met them at the meeting location with the horse, and unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. They weren't a responsible home. They were more interested in playing that kind of victim card. And after they failed to come and retrieve their horse or pay towards any of her care, that horse and the other one, their names are Hope and Grace. They were both adopted. Hope has a wonderful young couple, and I think probably by now a brand new little baby, and she is absolutely adored. Grace is, I think her owner is probably pushing 13 now, and we couldn't ask for a better home for her. She gets to ride in parades. She gets to go sort cattle. She gets to do just a million and one fun things. Yep, this is what I was worried about. So if you guys could just hang in with us, we're in rural Oklahoma, and we just don't have the best cell phone signal, and unfortunately that's what we are broadcasting the live stream using. So I might drop on the way out to this property. If so, if you'll just hang tight, it should pick right back up once I get signal. I'm going to attempt to take the road with the least amount of issues signal wise, and give you guys a wonderful tour of our corner, or at least the northern part of our corner of Oklahoma. Every now and then we are able to get those really nice falls where all of the trees show their gorgeous colors. And this year we've got a handful of them, but for the most part, it's the oaks that are just turning brown. As the leaves are dying. One of the things that I need to pick up when I do run into town later is I'm completely out of horse cookies in the truck. I usually have several on hand or a container so that in situations like this or any other time that I just happen to encounter a horse, I've got treats. But and this is very unusual because normally I would have the radio going in the background and jamming out to KLRC on the way to anywhere. However, we can't have unlicensed music playing in the back of live streams, so we have to be mindful and not have the radio on. In case I can't tell if you guys are able to see the sky or not. We're supposed to have storms rolling in this afternoon and lots of rain. We need it. I think our area has been in a little bit of a here. There we are. I've already bear with us. This is what it's like living in, as you can see with dropping video like this. If you were on the phone trying to have a phone call while driving, it is the same thing. But as I was doing probably a crappy job of explaining, we're not coming in here to judge the owners of these horses. My goal is to make contact with the owners and figure out what's going on and how we can help. If it's truly become a matter of that they just can't care for the horses anymore, then we will step up and see if we have an open foster space and offer services in that way to help the horses and their owners. winter is coming, and it's especially hard on any animal that's outside to not have enough weight or fat to keep them warm. We sometimes get blankets, horse blankets donated. If you would like to help us with that, that would be fantastic. We do take used horse blankets, we mend them, we add new straps, we mend up the tears, and then we give them to horses in need, horses that would not have a blanket this coming winter. So if you are thinking about just pitching that old blanket and getting your baby a new fresh one, we would gladly take your used blanket off of your hands. There's a lot of horses that could use it. Also, actually, now that I think about that, we are a partner with A Home for Every Horse, and for there's a program with Weather Beta, and I don't 100% know the details off of the top of my head, and I'm driving, so I'm not going to attempt to look it up, but they do also donate horse blankets. I think if you go to the Weather Beta website, or possibly check through A Home for Every Horse and see what the donation there looks like, if you would like to donate to one of these horses. And again, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, because if you've been with us or following us for any length of time, you'll know sometimes the reports of these horses are completely exaggerated, and when we get out there, we find absolutely nothing wrong, which is always, we would much rather be the case than get out there and we find that they are in truly dire need of help. So, but in the event that these horses do need help and you would like to help, you could visit circlelrescue.org/support and donate, or a variety of ways. You can get a hold of us on Facebook. You can call us at 918-964-9560, and we will be more than happy to put you in contact with all of our donation platforms. Whatever you feel called to do, if you do feel called to help these guys. There's another set of horses in Okmulgee County that we are waiting on more information about. And I'm going to apologize. I'm sure hoping you guys can see fine as I'm going along here, but my windshield is absolutely covered in bugs, and I just realized that. And no, I have not cleaned it, so oops. And I'm really hoping that it's not causing the camera to focus on the bug splats versus out in front of us. And if you are just now joining us, well, and for those of you who have been patiently waiting, we're only about 8 minutes away from this property. So thanks for hanging on if you've been driving along with me. But if you have recently just joined us, this is Circle L Rescue, live with Real-Time Animal Rescue, and we are on the way to go take a look at a pasture of horses that are reported to be in poor condition and starving. I think if I take the high road today, it might keep us connected. I know if I take the low road, it's gonna dump us. Yeah, look at those clouds coming in. Minutes, just hang tight. We're almost there, guys. And just to kind of give you a heads up what we will do when I get there, if there's someone at the residence, we will let them know that we're live streaming and get their consent to film. I almost always have consent to film. I've very rarely had anybody say no. They understand that this is how we get more viewership and followers and donations and supporters for these animals. So very rarely will someone tell me no. If they do, then we will cease filming. And well, actually, probably what I will do is just let it continue going in the truck. And then when I get back in the truck, I will fill you guys in on what happened. But I fully anticipate that we're going to be able to film the horses and get a little bit of information on what's going on and how we can help. Which brings me to another point real fast, since I only have a couple of minutes before we get there. If you are in, the northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri, southeast Kansas, kind of 4-state area, and you would like to foster for us, whether it is horse, dog, that's about all we usually get. Sometimes we do get pigs, but if you would like to foster for us, please reach out. We have fosters in a variety of locations, and we're always in need of more, especially for situations like this. Hoping I hang signal. So far, so good. All right. At least it's a pretty day so far for a drive. It may not end up being that way later on, but for right now it's pretty. The timer actually says 0 minutes. Alright, we're looking for 5/8. Might have to flip around this one. This might be it. No, this is not it. Maybe it is it. Gotta love Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip around because that was them. Oh, mercy sakes. But it put the pin out in the middle of their pasture. Yeah. The horses are way in the back. Why don't you guys sit tight here for just a second? I'm gonna go knock on the door. Actually, no, I probably ought to bring you with me. That way, if she does give permission for me to film, then I have that on camera. There's a rooster. And that's why we always get permission. Okay. Well, the gal I talked to does not appear to be home. I saw a horse in the back when we drove by. I wonder if they come up for a whistle. Oh, the dogs hear me. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh really? Are you excited? Hi there. Hi. Well, you're fat and happy. Oh, there's Mama. And there's Baby. Hi, honey. Hi, Mama. Are you hungry? Oh, girlfriend. Oh, girlfriend, you don't look so hot. Hi there. Hi there, how are you? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. All right, guys. Well, you see what I see. Baby's pretty thin, too. Hi, you are sweet. Yeah. You see I've got hay, don't you? Would you like me to chuck it in there for you? All right, guys. I'm going to just set the camera up real fast. And, hi, Mama. Oh, my goodness. You need some fly spray. Those mean old flies are all over you. Hi, baby. I'm gonna set the camera up and throw them a bale of hay, and then I'm gonna leave a note on the door for the lady. Hi, you look good. You do. You look all right. Yes, you do. I think Mama over here must have a worm or a tooth problem. Hi, how are you? You have a fly situation on your back, sir. Yes, you do. Ma'am, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to call you sir. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm not gonna tease. Grab my gloves. Oh, hold on, friends. Oh dear. All right, we're back. See if I can not kill our phone. What? What do you want? It's coming. Be patient. Yes, I knocked you over when I dropped the telephone. We're back. Okay. So I got them the bale of hay. I'm going to leave her a note that I was here. Mama is pretty protective over this hay. She just kicked out at that smaller sorrel. And in case you guys were wondering, yes, this mare is in terrible condition. Baby is thin. This mare, hi honey. This mare looks like she could use a little bit, but she's not bad. This mare, on the other hand, we definitely need weight. And we need a blanket before winter because she's not going to gain enough weight. There is some, I don't know if you guys can see them in the back, they do have structures to get out. And baby here is just as sweet as a button. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you are. That's a dead soda can or beer can on that. This one just kicked up. So I'm going to write a note and let them know that I brought hay. And we will update you guys once we've made contact with the resident here.